I haven't done a live on Zoom in quite a while, so I wanted to give that a try again and see how that works for everyone. And it's such a huge energy right now. And because I'm a Scorpio, I'm taking this energy on quite strongly, to say it lightly. And I imagine other signs are too, because when we have eclipse season as well as this retrograde, right now we're in the mix of Mercury retrograde, and pretty soon Pluto will go into retrograde right after the full moon. So we just had the solar eclipse about a week and a half ago, and that energy is still on, is still working with us too. And a solar eclipse is more of taking the light away, taking that power away. So we might have felt shifts of power within our lives in some way, shape, or form, or letting go of power. In different parts of our lives, we might have had some experiences in that. And as well as I had a lot of brain farts. I don't know about everybody else, because for me, the sun is always a supercharge, getting you going, getting your juices flowing, as well as the brain flowing and working. And it felt like I had some days where it just was not, I was just not firing on all cylinders. And I thought, okay, I should not be doing anything really complicated because I'll probably forget a lot. So I had to just let myself go on autopilot for a couple days and not do anything real complicated. As in, don't work on your website, don't try to send emails that have a lot of content in it. And it was a lot. Gosh, I misplaced my checkbook. I misplaced my phone cover thing. I always like to have one of those things for your phone. I lost the outside because I could take my phone out. And so I had to buy a whole new one. So this is a new one. I needed a new one anyway, but still. Just crazy stuff like that. And then I was called to really make sure I've got enough shungite in my home, and to really embrace what shungite can do for us, because of that solar eclipse, and there has been a lot of solar flares happening. We're getting these surges, like the up and down of this energy coming onto the planet. And that will affect that 5G energy, as in it's been surging. So I don't know if your internet where you live has been kind of wonky. All of a sudden, I can't get onto Zoom, or I tried to do that Facebook Live, wasn't happening. And so it was some of those things happening, as well as the retrograde with communication and electronics. So I was getting double whammied. And I shut it all down. I said, okay, this just wasn't going to be my day to be on Facebook, but I was able to do it on IG because my phone has its own internet connection. I thought, okay, go with the flow. And just things like that I was noticing in my life. I was hitting little roadblocks, but instead of getting myself really upset about it because it didn't go the way I wanted, my outcome wasn't as planned. And I realized, but it was still good. I still got his message out, because I get myself really overthinking when it's something for him, for Prince, and it was his day, and it was a lot. And so he says, just slow down. I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
So
I knew it was retrograde as soon as it was happening.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. And he just laughs. He says, we all want things the way that we like it, in a pretty little box with a bow on it. But life just isn't that way. So I'm much better at going with the flow. And so the big lesson for this time of year, and it happens every year, is going with the flow. So if we were to, if you journal and if you look at what happened in your life this time last year, you might have noticed, oh yeah, all that crazy stuff was happening last year too. So this is just you can call it a wonky time of year, or things just don't go as planned. So don't make a lot of hard lined plans. I have a few plans, but not plans that don't have wiggle room to make adjustments as needed. And that has been saving me a lot. And I'm so glad that I've learned to be a little bit more like bamboo, like the flow of water, and being able to be flexible when you need to be flexible. Because having high expectations of ourselves and of life in general, we will be disappointed. We will have times where it didn't work out. And then we start doing the, what did I do wrong thoughts, and what did they do wrong, and why is this always happening to me? And we go into that tunnel of nothing ever works out for me. That woe is me cry. And that just puts you lower in your vibration, and it doesn't give you the opportunity to see what those lessons were. Like, well, maybe it didn't work out because it wasn't supposed to. And maybe because it wasn't supposed to, something else happened for me instead. So life always brings us those little nuggets. So let's talk about May. We are about there. And full moons always happen in the first part of a month. And May is a big one. Because of its eclipse season, we won't have another lunar eclipse until, I believe, October of this year. And it'll be in a different sign. So a Scorpio eclipse for the moon is just emotions upon emotions with a jagged, rusty knife. It's just a lot. And if you're a Scorpio, you know what I mean. Very emotional. And your dream state, because Scorpios are very deep diving, very intuitive already. You're going to start to realize, oh, my dreams, all these signs, all these messages. And I have been journaling a little bit more because I know I'm going to get a whole lot during this time. So I've told myself, okay, if you want to take advantage of all this information, you better write a few words down, or else as soon as my foot hits the floor and I start my day, it's gone. And I might get a couple of little things here and there. It's like, oh yeah. But other than that, it's pretty much gone. So I'm a little better certain times of the year. I don't journal every day, but I have days of journaling. Let's say that. But it is a good way to record all the amazing things that is going on in your life, because we can forget it. One is, it's very good to be in your now. But a lot of times the answers that come through the dream time is going to be little nuggets here. Next week, you're going to get another one. Next week, you're going to get another one. And all of a sudden, you have all the puzzle pieces. And when you read back, like, oh, holy shit. And it's very enlightening. It's like, wow, I got all that from my dream. Yay me. So yes, May is a huge month for change because of the eclipse. And also we're in a Taurus Scorpio axis. So, and that's happening it started in November of 2021 and it will end October 2023. So we're in the back end of it. And it holds significant importance right now because there's a lot of cosmic pushes towards our own understanding of ourselves, where we were in 2021 and where are we now. We're really understanding ourselves on such a deeper level that, like, wow, I didn't know I was such a complex person. Yes, I have personality traits and I have I have my triggers and I have my this and that, but wow, on a spiritual level, I'm amazing. And so these 2 years have been that so much growth. And so if you're on your spiritual journey, and a lot of you are, all of you are that are on this call, you know, you have developed, you have transformed, you have grown in so many ways. And this is going to be the time for you to see all of it. You might have dreams that are, feels like you're going back in time. Because why am I revisiting a lot of those things? A lot of it is times is because our higher self wants us to look back and see how you've grown, see how you used to do that, and see how you don't do that anymore, and see how much you enjoy life now, or you and appreciate or are aware of so many different things in life now that you might have overlooked 10 years ago, 20 years ago. And it's improving our attachments and attachments to our relationships, or attachments to what we want in this life. It's improving our financial state. It will very much improve whatever you're going to work on between now and October is going to be very fruitful, very abundant, which is, I'm really excited for my trip because I'm going to go to Vegas too, and we're going to do a little gambling. Because my son is 21, so he's finally able to gamble. So he's excited about that. I am too. And because he has so many, so it's going to be a great lesson for you. How much you choose to learn to, gain or lose. And also, it's going to improving our understanding of the relationships we have. Relationships between family members, relationships between friends, coworkers, and understanding who are the people out there in my life that are really there for me, who are supporting me, and who are the ones that are more of the takers. Like, oh, something's going on in your life. Oh, now you call me. And oh, I only hear from you when you need something from me. And you're gonna start to realize, oh, who are the takers and who are the mutual sharing people who share, give and take in the same measure. And we're going to be seeing people just really show their true selves. We're seeing it all over the world, really. We're seeing it in people in public offices, in people who are public figures even, and seeing their true self come out, because people are just saying things. Wow, you really just said that. Here in Hawaii, there's this senator, Garcia, or some kind of a Latin last name. And he was ranting on social media that he thinks it was so horrible that there was this really neat event for families and kids. And part of this event that was sponsored by a lot of organizations, one of them being a state-funded program. And it was to improve literacy. And part of it was a story time with people that were going to be dressed in drag, but it was part of a theme. And this guy was just so complaining that, why are they dressed in drag? It's giving children the wrong message. It's like, okay, so when Andy Bumatai and Frank de Lima were in drag, and they were going in the school district hired them to talk to kids, and they were dressed in drag, wigs and boo-boo and all that, but now they're upset. So, it was just an opportunity to see who this person was, and he really just showed a side of him, like, wow, that's just very not pretty. So we're going to see sides of people, and it is aspects of them. It's their true self, and we are going to decide. We're going to have to decide if we want to that person to remain in our lives or not. Are you bringing me health? Are you bringing me joy? Or are you taking my health? Are you taking my joy? So we're going to really have a really honest thought process about who do we share our energy with. And full moons are all about exposing or illuminating issues. It's always been there, just looming in the background, but we haven't dealt with it. And the full moon, because of its light, luminous shadow, it just shines the light on the shadows about ourselves, things that we probably don't deal with, little ways that we talk to ourselves, or our when we get triggered, what is our first response to being triggered? Like, oh, why do I do that? Why does my throat shut down? Why am I not able to talk? How come my brain shuts down and I can't think of anything to say? Not that I need to have a cocky comeback, but say something. And it's just, I'm stuck. Why is that my reaction? Why does my body do that? When you hit a difficult situation, what is your fight or flight response? Or do you play dead? I don't know. So many things that we're going to find out about ourselves. And often, because it's an eclipse, it's really showing things that we really don't want to see. And it will bring about permanent change. An eclipse will often it takes people out of our lives, and it was beyond our control. And we're going to see a lot of deaths. Not that, death doesn't happen ever, but we're going to see a lot of people just leaving the planet during this eclipse season. We've already seen that too. A lot of times people will just leave. A lot of times it's one of their exit points during an eclipse season. And that's a lot again, that's often why it's feared. I just got that vision of that. Because sometimes, somebody will get sick, or somebody who was really, really sick, all of a sudden that's when they pass. Because the energy is so direct that our body says, okay, I'm going to just take this. I'm going to take door number B, letter B. And it could, because whether we're ready for it or not, this change is going to happen. A lot of times people get the job, or they lose the job, or they lose the application for the house, or something. You will get your answer, and the results of that will be very quick. Because it's the Scorpio energy, it will often be things of an emotional nature. The people that have a lot of space in our heart, got a lot of love for. Things might come to a boil. That's happening in my life right now, actually. And just understanding that it has to happen. So the more we try to fight it or put these band-aids on a breaking dam, it will inevitably continue to break. So it's almost just, as much as we can, get out of the way and let it move. Let the movement happen. Because we always have to be in that state of change, in that state of movement. Because when water is stagnant, it gets bacteria, things start to grow. We start getting unhealthy. So we have to keep moving. Our brains have to keep thinking about things and moving forward in whatever we want in our lives. So the Scorpio part is going to be cleaning out a lot of our emotional baggage. And because it's eclipse, it's just that much more quick. Like sometimes full moons happen over the course of a week. Things will slowly taper off. But because it's eclipse, it's just quick. Like, yeah, I'm talking to you one day, and that's probably the last day I'm ever going to talk to you. It's like really cutting some serious ties. So allow it to happen, because for a lot of reasons, it needs to happen. And fighting it will only bring us more discomfort because we keep, struggling to swim against the current, and that's just exhausting. And I realized, well, when I just let it go and not take it personal and not think, well, it's something I did wrong. This is the mistake happening. It's not the mistake. It is the solution actually to the issues that we have been putting to the side, putting to the side. Like, you know what? You got to get it out of the freezer and just cook that roast. Before we know it gets freezer burnt. Just don't wait for the special occasion. Just cook the roast. I did that a week ago. Like, you know what? I wanna cook this roast. And we enjoyed it. Like, oh, why did I wait so long? Because you start looking at your stuff in the freezer. It's like, ooh, that's been there a while. Do I use it or just let it go to waste? And so the beautiful thing about this eclipse cycle, it has a magical way of opening doors to higher dimensions for ourselves. And that's why the dreams are just on point right now. The solar eclipse started it, and it will start to diminish or get less by the lunar eclipse. So this time that we're in, the dreams have been very prolific because we're able to access a little bit more and we're remembering a little bit more. We're actually able to get out of the 3D more often for longer periods of time, even if it's just in meditation. I was listening to this free, on YouTube, they have all these guided meditations, or just listening to certain 5 to 8 hertz or something. So I was listening to a DNA repair, and I was kind of drifting off to sleep, but I was still kind of there. And then I realized I'm out of my body, but I was still conscious enough to know I was out of my body, because I thought, I don't feel, I'm not, how you just lay there and you can feel the weight of your body in the bed. I did not feel the weight of my body at all. Like, floating. Like, don't open your eyes. Don't open your eyes. You're gonna snap yourself out of it. So that was so good. It was really. I gotta find that one again. I gotta listen to that again. But it was so nice, and I was just taking a nap. I had nights where I don't sleep well because of this time.
Yep.
So I thought,
Go
okay,
for
I'm
it.
gonna take a nap.
You're good. Yes.
Worked out. I'm gonna mute. Okay. So it was really exciting for me because I hadn't felt that in quite a while, and be conscious of it. So don't miss this opportunity. If you know how you meditate well, make time for it, and do it more than once, because it's going to be amazing, life-changing, I tell you. But even just right before you drift off to sleep, you might feel yourself, when you're drifting and all of a sudden you jerk yourself back awake, because you were about to lift off, you were about to take off, and something, you fell out of that 4 or 5D. You fell out of it and you felt yourself coming back into your body, and you jerk yourself awake. So that might be happening too. But it's just fun. To me, it's fun. So getting through, going beyond the veil is very easy. I mean, it can happen in minutes right now. And it will give you such a divine perspective on where you're going in this life, where your soul is directing you to. I really gained some clarity for myself, what I want to be doing this year, the classes I'm going to be sharing, and how I do my business. And it really gave me perspective, and I mean, feeling myself pivot just a tiny bit. But you're going to be gaining a lot more truth of your higher self. You're going to be really closing that gap. What does my higher self want to tell me? and you're going to start to receive that. But even ask those questions in your journal time, or just right before you meditate. I have these questions for my higher self. You can say it out loud, because that, for me, that really works, because I like to say it and then I'm also hearing it, and it realigns your the knowledge of you, how you define yourself, if you need to define yourself at all, and really help you to navigate the rest of this year. Because it's happening early, it's in the first quarter still. It's really going to help us go into the next phase. We're going to go into summer solstice pretty soon. Much different energy, and we've got a lot to do during that time as well. So it's setting us up for that. And then again for fall equinox and all these beautiful stages that we have in this year going in. But it's going to give you insights and help you to create more harmony within you. And so then you can extend that harmony in the physical parts of your life. So whatever is not in harmony, you'll have the tools, you'll know how to fix it. I got that figured out now. And you'll know what to do, because the universe is just giving all these tools to us, all these, if you ever took my intuition development course, we create your spiritual toolbox. So this is the time of year you're getting more tools, because we're going to need it. If you feel called, if you feel like you have a place in the light worker category, you're going to be helping a lot of humanity moving forward. There's a lot of people who are still asleep. Surprising, I know, because I work with a lot of people who, I feel like I'm awake. I'm pretty sure I'm awake. But where do I go now? You're doing that seeking, you're doing that look around. What do I do now with it? But there's a lot of people who are not even at that point. So the good thing is we're awake earlier, so we can ascend, we can evolve, transform early, so that then we can help others. We can be that leg up for someone else. A lot of times it's our family, a lot of times it's not. And we got to allow whoever it is to choose their path. It is free will. If they're choosing not to do that, then that's okay. I have an uncle who's in so much pain and so much anger, and I wish I could help him, but he's choosing not to, because I offered him an energy work. Oh, no, I'm fine. But he's choosing to drink a lot. I'm like, okay. That's all you can do is offer and ask, right? So tools or ways to really embrace this time is give yourself plenty of space to sort through your emotions. A lot of times when we feel that turmoil and things changing within, we can often get short-tempered and lash out at someone else, and then all of a sudden we're in a stupid argument, or hurt somebody else's feelings, because we are going through some emotional baggage that are letting, and as it exits, it's painful because we're remembering it and we're reliving a little bit of it. And so we're in this space of pain, but remember that it's on its way out. So we're just saying goodbye to it, and don't take it too much. Don't allow yourself to go too much into the pain, and remembering that it happened quite a while ago, or even past life stuff. We're going to be tapping into a lot of past life things too. It's like, gee, I don't remember dying in that way, but I feel like I did. Like, it's very possible. I have such a fear of heights. Like, I must have been dropped somewhere, somehow. I just hate being anywhere up high and looking down. Like, ooh, just don't look down. I'm that person. And I don't know why I have a fear of heights. I will never zip line. I'm okay with it. I'm not going to be one of those people to hang from a piece of cable. No, that is not where my joy lies. But the cosmos is definitely helping as much as it can to bring about change for this planet, because we do have a lot of awareness of what's going on in the on the planet. We do have a lot of awareness of the dark entities that are continuing to bring about so much damage in all areas of life, whether you're a farmer or you're a teacher or so many things that just, oh, this bureaucracy is just ridiculous. And that was just, the simple answer is always the best one, but nobody wants to do the simple answer. Isn't that crazy? So yes, give yourself plenty of space. Don't categorize what's going on with you as good or bad. It just is. And choosing to build yourself more freedom to say, yeah, that was a part of me then, but I'm forgiving myself for what I didn't know then, because now I know. And giving yourself a little bit of a forgiveness is so freeing, because we can be so hard on ourselves. Like, oh, you idiot, why did you do that? What were you thinking? I'm always doing that to myself. What were you thinking? Like, clearly I wasn't. But thanks. Thanks for reliving that. But I realize when those moments of thoughts do come up, it's just to remind me that, yeah, that will never happen again. I will never be caught in that situation again. So it's a lot of times it's just meant to be. When things leave or opportunities arise for us, it's meant to be. And if it's not exactly what we expected, but if we continue to say yes, it's probably exactly what we needed. So many opportunities have come to me, and I thought, wow, I didn't think I would be doing something like that. And that's really amazing, and how exciting. So yeah, I'm going to be doing some amazing things this year, and I'm doing some collaborative things that is in the works now, but it's going to happen for next year. So and one of them being a spiritual expo, but very, very Kanaka or Hawaiian themed, as in Hawaiian healers, Hawaiian creators, all in the spiritual area. And we're going to do an expo, but we're going to do it outside. So people who want to teach a short class, or doing different kinds of healing and sharing their knowledge, and just having a booth sharing their creations. So that's in the works for 2023. But also possibly doing one for Hawaii Island and Maui Island. So very exciting. Hugest thing I've ever, thought I could do, but I'm collaborating, and so it's very exciting. So that's in the works. But also another thing for this time is take things in small chunks and allow people to help you. When people are coming into your life, it's like, I never thought I'd meet somebody that was aligned in that way and that want to collaborate with me. And I said yes to it. But why wouldn't I? But 2 years ago, I probably would have said no, or 5 years ago, because I was thinking I wouldn't be ready. Somehow I'm not ready. So when you start hearing your voice saying, yeah, but you're not ready for that yet, think of where that voice is coming from. Is it coming from a place of fear? Probably. So we say no to so many things out of fear. What if I'm not good enough? Like, who knows? What if you're better than you thought you would be? And just allow what the outcome will be and not to control it. That's another big tip for us. Let it happen the way it's going to happen. And don't try to funnel the water. Don't try to make a little canal and veer it off to another direction. It's going to go back to where it wants to. And then you're going to, all that work. Oh, all that work I did. Oh, like, well, you chose that too, right? So interesting stuff. So I have a really cool deck, but let's do a quick guided meditation. Oh, and just wanted to share. So because we're in eclipse and the retrogrades, the two oils that I was guided to share that I think will be most beneficial for this time. One is the throat chakra, which will deal with the retrograde and energies, being able to not only hear or receive the information, but hear it clearly and effectively, and able to communicate what you need effectively. So this one has a combination of hyssop, lemon, and helichrysum. So they're all helping to remove emotional blockages that sit in the upper chest, the voice, the upper back, and the neck area. So if you've had issues with this area and you just feel like I'm always so tense, I'm always so tense, this one will really be helpful. You can wear it all day long, or wear it right when you go to bed and let it work on you as you sleep. The other one is Archangel Gabriel, and Gabriel is also all about communication. And Gabriel is made with neroli, myrrh, lang lang, opal, blue lace agate, and clear quartz. So that helps with the communication also, but doing it in a very, very big way. If you need to make this announcement, or if you feel you need to really connect to your higher self and say what your higher self needs to say, Gabriel helps you with that, because Gabriel is the one that, came to Mary, came to Moses, came to a lot of the prophets to communicate direct messages from God. So Gabriel really helps us to connect to our higher self, to our spirit guides, to create this flow of communication and keep it clear, so that you're confident of what you receive. Like, I think this is what they meant, but Gabriel really helps to bring about direct communication. Okay, I'm going to use this deck. Okay. So an overall message for everyone before I do the meditation. And this meditation is going to be to just break. They keep telling me it's a breakthrough. It's a breakthrough. That's not cute. I wanted it to be pretty words. Okay, no, it's just called breakthrough. Like, okay. So the void. So first card is the void. And how interesting, because in eclipse, that's kind of what it looks like when the moon is covered. It's like it's going to be really dark at night for a little while. And I haven't gone online to see if we can see it from Hawaii skies. I'm not sure. Some parts of the world will be able to see the lunar eclipse and some not. But the void, meaning there's going to be a lot of clearing, a lot of letting go. And it's bringing me to the image of Paul, going back to the beginning. It's going to be almost like a reset for us too, if we accept it. A lot of gutting out, cleaning out the closets kind of feeling. Because the new moon is all about finishing up what you got to do. Whatever you've got going on, finish it. So if you feel a really urge to, what, I've had this, I've been wanting to do, I'm going to finish it. So go with it. If you feel that need, it's like, yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to get it done. I'm going to get it done. So you're going to have that urge to finish up projects, things that are just not completely done, and you want to just tidy up all that. You're going to want to do it soon. Next part is Star Keeper. Oh, I love that. And this is about our higher self, creating that divine connection. And we're going to be able to connect so easily. So make it a point to make time for it. And our cosmic ancestors are very much present right now too. Not that they're never present, but right now we're going to be able to make that connection very easily, because once we're in that I'm almost asleep state, you might feel a flash of energy. You might see a flash of light behind your eyes. or an energy. I had this energy that came through my back and it went through me. And I thought, oh, what was that? I haven't felt that in quite a while. But it was they're just giving me upgrades. They're pushing through, pushing energy through me. And it felt like it was a clearing too. Getting rid of stuff, old energy. And I knew I needed to do that, especially in my heart space for the things that I'm letting go of. And part of the reasons why I'm making my trip too. Kind of heavy on the heart for me. So interesting. Okay. So let's get our guided meditation going. It's only going to be a quick one, probably less than 5 minutes. So get comfortable, nice and comfy. Feet firm on the ground. Take your shoes off if you need to. And just take our deep breaths. So we're going to inhale for 5, hold the air in our stomach for 5, and letting it out. And these are deep belly breaths. You're going to feel your stomach extend out as the air comes in. And I want you to give this air a color as you feel it going through the nasal cavity and going down into the stomach. Give that breath a color. And remember that color. You can just ask it, what color is it? What am I feeling it to be? And does it change color as it enters your body? And then we're going to hold for 5 and let it out of our mouth for 5. Okay, ready? We're going to do this 3 times. Inhale. 4, 5, and hold. Feeling that air in your stomach. What color is it? And exhale out of your mouth. Inhale one more time, seeing that color. And hold. Letting your body relax and exhale. Last time, inhale. Letting your shoulders drop. Feeling the weight of your arms and hold. Letting your torso relax and exhale. You can even say to yourself, I am relaxed. There's nothing else I need to do right now, but enjoy my breath. Just breathe normally. And I want you to focus your thoughts and energy on the top of your head, right where your crown chakra is. And 6 inches above that, that's where the soul star chakra point is located, just above your head. And when we're born, as infants, that little spot is literally open. The skull has not yet formed. And we're still directly connected to God. So we're going to energetically make that connection again. Feeling our crown chakra open, that 1,000-petal lotus, opening with each petal. You'll start to feel a little bit more sensation at the top of your head as I give you energy. We're going to ask the divine galactic energies to come forward. And if they'd like to present themselves in physical form, we're going to see visions of that. If you would like to get visions of them, you can say, allow me to see you. I see a lot of geometric shapes. And so they're gathering just above your head. We're going to ask for an activation of energy to align our bodies to this new upgrades, the transformation, so that our physical body can integrate and accept this new alignment. So with our crown chakras open, I'm going to start delivering this energy. Might feel pressure in the top of your head. As it enters, you might feel a little bit of heat, a bit of sensation, tingles. And let that energy flow in. As it enters, it's aligning each one of your chakras as it goes down. But we're going to have it sit in the throat for a few minutes. You might feel heavy right in the chest area, right where the lungs are. If you feel you need to clear your throat, feel free to do that. It's breaking up any blockages. Feel the need to swallow even. You want to put your hands to the throat area, to the chest. Do that. Beautiful. And it's going to continue to flow down. And seeing it go through your arms and coming out your hands. So you might feel tingling in your hands, some sensation. So what they're telling me is to put your hands together in prayer pose and rub them like you're rubbing sandpaper. Create a little bit of friction between your hands. When you feel that heat, and then place your hands on your chest area. So you're making that full circle. Energy exited through your hands and you're putting it back in your chest. With a little bit of your own energy in there. Ooh. I might feel emotional. It's breaking through a lot of barriers right now. Take a deep breath in and let it out with force through your mouth. And then just let this energy move through your body. You might feel it go out through your toes. Wonderful. We're going to thank the galactic guides for their beautiful blessings and this alignment. They're going to start to pull away. And if you want to, you can start to close your crown, letting that petal lotus close back up. And when you're ready, gather your energies, pull yourself back to your awareness, back to your body, wiggling your hands and your toes. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes I felt a lot of heat. I'm a little dizzy. They're saying we needed to open up here as well, you know, the crown, the pineal gland, because we needed to let it come through so that we could use it. I like the hand thing. It's feeling like Mr. Miyagi. Wax on, wax off. You know, that was one of the first movies that I know of that where there was energy work happening. Thanks, Mr. Miyagi. And he is from Hawaii, of course.